Why did you have to remind him? You left him. Why? After everything that he did for you, he was always there for you whenever you needed him. Huh? Okay, yeah, he neglected some of his duties, but why did you have to remind him? Especially that time when all of his little mates were around him and you said you were supposed to take his son to his football match. He just wanted to watch the game with his mates with his favourite t-shirt. And why did you throw away his favourite pair of socks? He owned those for 10 years. Okay, maybe he was a little bit self-absorbed. But why did you have to remind him? Get back in that mode. You know how you used to be before? When you were getting stuff done, but now you're all laying about in bed. Get up! Get up! You got to stop this nonsense. Drop the pasty. Drop the crisps. Get that lollipop out of your mouth right now. You want to go, Ghost, bro? You got to go, Ghost. Stay away from the girlies. Stay away from the girlies. They're gonna trick you. They're gonna trick you. You got to lock in, dude. Lock in now, huh? What you gonna do?
Let me get this right. You just called to say you love me. Let me get this right. You just called to say you love me. So you just called to say hello. Let me get this right. You just called to say you love me. So you just called to say hello. Let me get this right. You just called to say you love me. So you just called.
Get back in that mode. You know how you used to be before? When you were getting stuff done, but now you're all laying about in bed. Get up!
Let me get this right. You just. Let me get this right.
You left him. Why? After everything that he did for you, he was always there for you whenever you needed him. Huh? Okay, yeah, he neglected some of his duties, but why did you have to remind him?
That's okay.
Especially that time when all of his
He's
little
moaning.
friends were around him and you said you were supposed to take his son to his football match. He just wanted to watch the game with his mates with his favourite t-shirt. And why did you throw away his favourite pair of socks? He owned those for 10 years. Okay, maybe he was a little bit self-absorbed. But why did you have to remind him? Get back in that mode. You know how
Did you sleep all right?
when you were getting stuff done, but now you're all laying about in bed. Get up! Get up!
That's so ridiculous. Get up! Why? But why? Leave him alone. Oh, not really. Oh, bless you. 14, Casey. 14. So sad story, in a way. Yes. That's what I say. That's what I say. Absolutely. Ah, well, it's a terrible situation, really. It's all gone round. It's all gone round. Why like this? Right, life like this. No. I just could in the middle. Uploading to YouTube now. You got to grow on both channels, buddy. Got a song for my new album. Yeah. Time to go, guys, bro. Why did you remind him in front of his friends? His friends! His little buddies! Fopping. That's that story. Anyway, yeah, that's what I say. That's what I heard, anyway. That's the story I heard, buddy. Don't judge me. Why didn't he have me in front of his friends? Yeah. We're not all like that. Fucking dickhead. That was a fucking knob. That guy annoyed me so much. He had to get his little piece in. For men. We're not all like that. Yeah, well, you kind of are, really, mate. You're just fucking proving it. You fucking knob. Fuck off, you fucking gooner. We're not all like that. This is the important take from this. Yeah? Well, why don't you fucking join in then, you fucking cunt? Fuck off. You muppet. They are, though, I know. But he was doing it. That's exactly the point. It's like he's totally missed the fucking point here. Some young lady's been fucking touched up, and all he can think of about is, man, no. I can almost imagine his little story. He's got to hang up with women all thinking men are bad. And it's all surrounded, it's all focused on him and how he can't get laid blatantly. Fucking gooner. That's some hardcore goonage.
You got to stop this nonsense.
I just could to say I nigga guys, bro. You gotta go, guys, bro. In a way, what do you think about it? I just could to say I just could to say don't go ghost, bro. Yeah, don't be a fucking prick about it. There's no need to be a prick about it, mate. Yeah, just go ghost. It's simple. No, you're thinking too much, mate. No, you just got to go ghost. How the fuck do you go ghost? Did you shoot yourself in the head? You got to die, surely. Never forget it's time to go ghost, yeah? You listening? Yeah, you got to go ghost. I don't worry if you're ladies, don't worry, because I'm not talking to women because I don't value them, yeah? But if you're a bloke, dude, man, come on! This has to stop. Someone probably likes you. I don't know. No! Mother! No! You don't even know me, though. Anyway, hello, Colin. It's time to go ghost, bro. Don't be a dick about it, yeah? Don't be a dick about it, Colin. It's time to go ghost, bro. Yeah, go ghost. That's right. Yeah, let's go ghost. That's what it is. That's what they say. That's what I heard, anyway. It's a true story. Oh, cool. I'm finally starting to get decent views. Right, so Bar has 200 now. That's good. My first one had only 21, but that's fine. My Ghost Bro video's got nearly 200. That's quite good. That's quite good. Yes. I'm becoming so popular, so cool. Yeah, how's your leg? That's a good point. It's time to go ghost, bro. Don't be a dick about it, dude. Just go ghost. Just disappear. Boo. No. Why did you leave him? I have unresolved issues with my mother. No. Don't reject me. Oh. No. I've been rejected. Fully. That's good. My brain feels like it's going to burst. Lol. Oh no, why is this, Colin? Tell us all about it. It's better, but not, but as not as so. Still can't fully work. Oh my! Oh no, so sad story. Oh, 14. Oh, so sad. Well, I guess it's just life, really, isn't it? Sometimes, in the way we think about it. Yes, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. The people that have been suffering most in our society, the most vulnerable, the most victimized of all. Men! Men! It's the men! It's the men! Why are we always talking about women? What about us? What about us? All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Something like that. What I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Boom, boom. All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. And do a little beat at the end. Beat me, hate me, you can never break me. It's Cara here. Oh, hello, Cara. How's it going, buddy? You don't understand. Understand. You don't understand. You don't understand. Understand. Ah. Eh. You don't even know me. So why do you judge my wife? Leave my wife out of this. You don't even understand my wife. Why are you looking at me all funny? Stop looking at me funny. No. Nitty beep. No. Nitty beep. No. 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 Forever. No. 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 You're immature. Not me. You're the immature one in this relationship. Don't look at me like that. I slept okay, buddy. Okay. I went to bed late, obviously. You know, how what you can do. It's the way it is, really, in a way. Still got it, Ah, cool. You left him.
Oh, I only got nearly 3,000 view hours on YouTube. I'm 200 hours off. That's good. So then I can start earning, I think. Hopefully. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. No! I love that tone of it, that whiny tone. No!
My name is Tomatus Juicius, yeah? I do not trust cucumbers.
But why though? No, but I'm not going to listen to your explanation. I'm just going to carry on whining no matter what you say. But why though? What do you mean why? Don't ask me the questions. I'm asking the questions. Why though? No, that's not the right answer, but why? No, just admit it. You was bad. Bad. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm Saku Sanas. Oh, I'm trying to take Saku. Well, I see what's going on here. You don't like me. Well, maybe I don't like you, buddy. Have you thought about that? Huh? Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. That's right, Cara. Yes, of course. I need you. Yes. I gotta think of something Frank better. I've got to do Pound Guy again. £1. What do you think about it? Fish and chips every day. 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 Have you seen my fish and chips? Have you seen my fish and motherfucking chips? No, I have not seen your fish and motherfucking chips. I don't own any. Oh, he does not own any fish. Does not own any chips. There's not any fish in the chips. He doesn't own any fish and chips. Fish and chips. Have you seen my motherfucking fish and chips? Nobody likes my fish and chips.
You left him.
You left him. On the side. Brr. Why would you say that to him? Why would you hurt his feelings? You hurt his soul. You hurt his mind. Fish and chips all the time. All the time, man. What was that even about? What was that even about? That time when you told him up in front of his friends and he found it well embarrassing. I don't know. Why did you let him cry? You let him cry. He cried himself to sleep.
Haji's cool. Have you heard of TikTok Shop? It's the best place on TikTok, man. So I'm not doing this for views. I'm not doing this to become popular. I'm just doing it because TikTok Shop is the best, man. Have you been on TikTok Shop, man? It's bang. It's bang. Yeah? And this song is called Fish and Chips. Everybody fish and chips. Get back in that mode. You know how you used to be before? When you were getting stuff done, but now you're not laying about in bed. Get up! Get up! You got to stop this nonsense. Drop the pasty. Drop the crisps.
Oh,
Why?
why?
After everything that he did for you, he was always there for you whenever you needed him. Huh? Okay, yeah, he neglected some of his duties, but why did you have to remind him? Especially that time when all of his little mates were around him and you said you were supposed to take his son to his football match. He just wanted to watch the game with his mates with his favourite t-shirt. And why did he throw away his favourite pair of socks? He owned those for 10 years. Okay, maybe he was a little bit self-absorbed.
Mother.
But why did you have to remind him?
Got to get gas, bro. I went ghost last night, mate. Yeah, literally, I went ghost. Yeah, I couldn't see myself, mate. I'm looking in the mirror, I was like, what? Oh, shit, I've gone ghost, dude. Hardcore. I need to put some drain remover in the thing. I don't know. Something like that. Mother, you had me. Petty bee, petty bee, petty boo. Today, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't know. I'm working out. When you think about it. What about you? I don't feel very good. I had a good video, got 19,000 views. That's quite good. That's quite good. I've got lots of people raging over it. You know how dark those people are in real life? They're dark as fuck. The hatred they spew. Just pure hatred. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's at the top. It's my pinned video. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good, yes. It's going to go higher and higher. But the hatred, all the comments in the hatred, so much hatred. Hatred, hatred, hatred. Mindless. It's so mindless. Mindless hatred. They really are terrible. But that's humanity. Oh, flipping Colin. That's not bad. That's not bad. Nearly 1,000 views. It's not bad, buddy, when you think about it. Flipping Colin. Flipping. When you start cooking with Colin, you'll get loads of views, mate. I promise. You will. That's just my humble opinion when you think about it. Yeah, in a way.
Good man.
Matchy matchy. What a fucking weirdo. Matchy matchy. What the fuck is he on about? I'm going to buy a package of young so we can be matchy matchy. That's what he wants. He wants to be mates.
Take my name to the police and you're going to do this. said I'm Tyson Fury, but I'm going to turn it around and I mean this and I mean that, and that's that. The thing is, none of them. You still don't know my name. You still don't know who I am. You still don't know my name. You still don't know who I am. So you claim.
See, that's where he changed his mind there. That's where he changed his mind. He realised that wasn't a smart thing to say. You still don't know who I am. That was him claiming that. But then he thought, oh, that doesn't sound good. So he said, you still don't know who I am. Or so you claim. It's like that.
You don't know my name. You still don't know who I am. So you claim.
So you claim. The way he said that, you still don't know who I am. So you claim. You know, he's fucking confused. That Al video, look, that guy must be on. I know, I put my fucking teddy in front of him, and he carried on fucking talking to it. I was like, dude, don't you realise? I'm trying to help you here. Don't you realise when this is the time to stop, isn't it? Really? I've got you talking to a fucking pillow. I've got you talking to a fucking cushion. Yeah, and you're still going off. But he's got serious issues.
So you claim. None of them. The thing is, none of them. You still don't know my name. You still don't know who I am. So you claim.
So you claim. He changed his mind then on what he was trying to say. He was changing his mind.
If I'm all these things that you claim.
Things? So you claim. He always says what it takes long to say certain words as he's trying to think of other stuff to say.
How would you know that if you didn't personally know me? I'm somebody from what? Are we talking now? Are we going to have a conversation or what? Or are you going to pretend you can't hear me again?
Who did this and why? Who the fuck knows? Nobody ever tells us.
What Christmas do we have in?
That's an excuse for
Why you got silence again? I thought we was going to have a conversation. I'm going to get a bag of crisps. And I'll get like cheese and onions so we can be matchy-matchy, yeah?
Matchy-matchy. So we can be matchy-matchy. Who talks like that?
Good morning. We're going to go live. We're going to go live in just a second. No, what a mess.
Yeah, I'll make another mess video. Trolls love that. They're absolutely gagging for it, little whores. They really want to hurt you. But that's the point. You see that? I don't know if anyone was there when that lady said, she wants to pull my tongue piercing out and pull my hair. Like, that's who you are. You want to pull my tongue piercing out and pull my hair. Why are you watching me then? Why are you watching me if you want to fucking hurt me so badly? No, it's not the point. Yeah, it is the point, no, isn't it? It's a kiss. No, it's not. When they go, when they go, Why did you tell him in front of his friends? That's like embarrassing. It's like embarrassing, you know? It's embarrassing. You know, like it's embarrassing. Yeah, Oh, sounds like a good time. What, pulling me by the hair? Oh yeah, sure. Fucking violent woman. She's well violent. Pull your tongue piercing out. Jesus Christ, love. You've got some issues you need to resolve, yeah? Fucking hell. Pull your fucking hair and shit. You want to pull my hair? No, the other woman, I want to fucking open up your insides or whatever. It's like, what? I'm going to open you up. It's like, what? Like Jeffrey Dahmer? What the fuck? Maybe she wants me. Maybe she fancies me, fucking weirdo. Going about my tongue piercing. It makes her feel all funky inside. It all feels all weird. It's feelings she's not used to. I've never felt this way before. I've never felt this way before about anyone. When you think about it, we need to make it pee. Right. We're going to put this stuff in the drain or whatever. Let's have a look at the instructions. Right. Elbow grease, foaming drain. Oh no, this is for cleaning, is it? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I bought the wrong thing. Okay, well, let's give it a go anyway, see what it does. Yeah, for unblocking sinks, yeah? I want it to, like, my shower, like, the fucking plug is blocked. That'll sort it, will it? It was not an unblocker, but will it help it unblock? I thought it was an unblocker. I've got plunger as well, though. No? Smell fresh. Well, I'll put it in there anyway, and I mean, fuck it. Right. When you think about it, when you think about it. When you think about it, when you think about it, when you think about it. I'm so anxious. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to plunge it as well, yeah. When you think about it. I'm nervous. Plunger, yeah? I'm nervous. You're not nervous. I'm nervous. You've got a plunger, yeah? Savers, yeah. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. You've got a plunger, yeah? Plunger, yeah? I'm nervous. You're not nervous. How you doing, Keck? You alright? I just called. I don't know. And make a coffee. Make a coffee. When is? Come on, when is? Have coffee. Yes, no, good thing, good thing. When is? I just called. Sir. Yes, it's a true story. It's a true story. You're good. Ah, good things. Good things. Nobody loves me. Nobody loves me. They really badly. Right. Nobody ever even loved me. Nobody ever wanted me. Let me feel it badly. Like nobody loving me. Like nobody loving me. They feel it like nobody loved me. Oh, that's so sad. Disgusting people. Disgusting people. Disgusting. Disgusting family. What a disgusting family I have. My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? That should be a nice rage bait video, hopefully. My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do?
Plunger, yeah? I'm the best. You're the best. I'm the best. You've got a plunger, yeah?
I just called to say I just called to say just called to say I just called to say Rennie, I can't believe Rennie. I just called to say Rennie. I can't believe surely it's the way forward, isn't it? That's what I heard, my friend. You're not my friend. You are not my friend. So you think we're friends? I don't like your face. How about that, buddy? Huh? Are we friends now? Of course not. Because I was rude to you. Yes, now think about it psychologically speaking and everything, ladies and gentlemen. Let's learn a lesson minute for minute. Let's sit down together and learn from Professor Sheepus. Of course. My name is Professor Sheepus, of course. And we can do some educations today. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Sheepus, and we're going to do learnings with Professor Sheepus. Now, when you think about it in life, when you're going around and walking and everything, walking is good for you. When you think about it, and it's good for you, and make sure you're eating enough food so that you can keep eating healthy. See? Why not follow me, learn with Professor Sheepus. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Sheepus, and we're going to do learnings with Professor Sheepus. Now, when you think about it in life, when you're going around and walking and everything, walking is good for you. When you think about it, and it's good for you, and make sure you're eating enough food so that you can keep eating healthy. See? Why not follow me, learn with Professor Sheepus. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Sheepus, and
we're going to do learnings with Professor Sheepish. Now, when you think about it in life, when you're going around and walking and everything, walking is good for you. Think about it. It's good for you, and make sure you're eating enough food so that you can keep being healthy. See? Why not follow me, learn with Professor Sheepish. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Sheepish, and we're going to do learnings with Professor Sheepish. Now, when you think about it in life, when you go, my life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My life is going to be coming up soon. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? You don't even know what you're going to do, do you? My Let me get this right. You just called to say you love me. So you just called to say hello.
Right. My shoes are falling apart.
Opposing on either side.
Welcome back to Frontline.
Hello. Yeah. Yes, where we are. And there's no end in sight for the special military.
There's no end in sight. Yes, well, that'll keep us in business for a little bit.
But more actual and longer lasting, as we have to note, than the Great Patriotic War too. And
I think Russia is setting some massive records, and let's hope that Iran doesn't do the same. But look at more specifics. We've got the old discussions around negotiated settlements in Ukraine. We're a long way off that, but the latest one seems to be German Chancellor Friedrich Merz turning around recently, floating the idea that Ukraine may have to accept territorial losses to secure a peace deal, suggesting that EU accession could be a sweetener for Zelensky that he can offer to the Ukrainian public. This ties in with something that Zelensky has said in the past is unacceptable, ceding territory, because he says that will only embolden Putin to attack other states. Is this just political waffle at the minute?
it's a political manoeuvring. It's not quite waffle, because on the front line there's no win in sight to either side. Either side has an advantage. Russia in depth, it can just produce the kit, as we know, and is improving in the EW as well as drones all the time. But as far as the edge is concerned, that with their rapid turnaround of innovation, really, almost the Lego army, in that they're using 3D printing and goodness knows what. Ukraine is showing remarkable tactical innovation. I mean, that was on April 13th. For the first time, we had an infantry attack, which was carried out successfully by Ukraine without a Ukrainian human boot on the ground being involved. It was done by ground remote vehicles. I'm not getting ahead of myself there, because always in this business, yes, you can take ground with vehicles and with drones and so on, but you won't be able to hold it necessarily. And I don't think anybody's killing themselves over that. But there does seem to be a generally confirmed statistic for late March, April, is that the Ukrainians are destroying more Russians. They are killing more Russians than Russia can replace. If that is enduring and not temporary, that's a real problem for Putin. And he really does have to think about it. But as you were suggesting, I can see no decisive moves, although the innovation is incredible and the pace is incredible, that is going to draw this to an end. I see a very ugly armistice coming up, and I do see exactly what you put in the question, the de facto possibility of ground being ceded. And I think much of Luhansk and Donetsk in the Donbass, that will happen to it, because it's a ruin to infrastructure, civil society in Ukraine, which must be worrying. But also the sense of impasse is worrying. This is the thing we've got to explore, is how Putin misdirects, hurts, and diversifies. People far more expert than me, like Dr. Fiona Hill, are pretty sure that it's coming. We're going to see a lot of pinprick, diversionary attacks, which could be destructive, but not very expensive to the perpetrator.
Do you think a potential solution could be the sort of the solution, and solution is almost the wrong word, that there's been to the Korean War, with a large demilitarized zone that is parked to be dealt with politically at some stage in the future, rather than de facto ceding territory to Russia. If that brings peace about, whatever peace would then look like, because I think we're then into a full Cold War type scenario.
I'm quite worried always about analogies, particularly historical geographic ones, because 1953, as you're quite right, you say there's an armistice and still no treaty, and there's no treaty in sight. But it is, because you're on a peninsula there, you are relatively insulated and isolated, which is just not possible with Ukraine. Ukraine, you suggested in your first question about where Ukraine goes, is a heck of a problem in peace as well as war now. It's a huge arms race. It is easily the best armed and prepared European nation, excluding Russia. So I think that EU associationism blind. The big problem is going to be for NATO. Does NATO absorb it, or does it have an ally, and it will be an ally, much better armed than most of them, with even a much bigger army than Turkey sitting around there? This is, I think, this is where that you get freedom. That's looking at the problem, because it's a problem for internal politics, very much, as we know, in Germany, and it's a very big problem, and Ukraine will persist for the whole of Western Europe. And this is where things that Britain's involved with and has been far too casual and superficial about, like the Joint Expeditionary Force, really does become important. I think it's a Rubik's Cube again, where the tiles aren't.
Go take shoe shopping. Yeah, I'm going to go shopping.
And the
That'd be
biggest
good.
problem is Putin and Putinism, because it is to war. He can only hold the country if the country is in a warlike posture. And we've been seeing that with restricting internet access,
What a mess.
information access.
I'm not doing this just for views, am I?
Regime
No, man.
in the
This is
information
terrible.
age there, now.
Well, with that totalitarian regime, Putin's grasp on the country and what's happening seems to be something that we're hearing, or certainly I'm reading more people coming out and saying that grasp is loosening slightly, or it's at least vibrating, if not rattling. And the latest was from Mikhail Khodorkovsky, who has been
What a mess!
systemic
What am I doing with my life? Look at me! Are you better than me? You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? Prove it!
Continue to attack the strategic oil and gas infrastructures, and instead of having a single attack against a refinery, they seem to be carrying out sustained attacks against refineries, really damaging Russia's ability to continue to fund the war. What's your reading of all of this?
Well, that's the feature. We talked about the flamingo. We said really it's actually a concept out of the Tintin comics, where they have that lovely rocket, which is really just a beautiful depiction by Hergé of the B1. And really, the flamingo isn't much more than that. But whatever's going in and around the flamingo technology is really having an effect. And they can now, which is what Zelensky hinted they always were going to try to do, they were going to try and they can launch them serially. So you fire a barrage, and it is causing agony. Now, this is why the mystery of the synergy between the Russian conflict, Ukraine conflict, and Iran is so strange and very, very difficult to analyze and parse, because theoretically Russia should be doing terribly well, benefiting from smuggled oil, shadow fleets and all that. They're getting much more aggressive, it must be said, with the shadow tankers and the shadow freighters, as various incidents in the English Channel and the close in North Sea to the British Isles littoral is beginning to show. And by the way, it shows where geopolitically we should be looking at. Almost, we should not take any of the major choke points in the world, including the Straits of Malacca, including Cape Horn, including the Panama Canal, the Barents Sea. We should not take them for granted, because that's where there's going to be pressure, if not action. And I think that if he does go, now you see me, now you don't, asymmetric, misdirection, like the good country he is with Putin, we've really got to look at the Baltic. And countries, obviously very close allies, like the Dutch, the Danes, the Norwegians are involved, but above all, the Swedes. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be an attack on one of the islands in the Baltic Sea. The other thing related to this about what Russia may be up to and what it has got up its sleeve has had very eloquent presentation these last few days from Dr. Fiona Hill, who's again visiting. I wish she'd stay in this country. I wish she'd be the Minister for Resilience and really knock some sense into this government, by the way. When she'd been talking very well to parliamentary committees, she's talking at the Imperial War Museum, and she's really trying to take British thinking and with it European thinking about what they face next. And she's saying that it's cheap diversionary activities which could prove very expensive. Cheap to deliver, expensive in result. It's interesting where she goes back, if we can do it. she said, we do have to look at the attack, the murder of Litvinenko, Alexander Litvinenko, you know, the beginning of this century. That she said the polonium attack was so copious that that was the first major dirty bomb on UK soil. She said, just in that vein, we need to project forward to the Skripals, father and daughter. They weren't killed by it, but very nearly, with Novichok released, bog standard, as you would know, nerve agent from the Cold War. But I didn't realise, and I know my friend Mark Urban did a copious investigation, very good films, and he was getting at something from Porton Down which he was not allowed to say. I can now guess what it was because Fiona said what it was. There was enough Novichok around from those two clown colonels to kill the whole population of Salisbury. And so we have to think in those terms. And as Fiona again presented, if you think of the taking out the Nord Stream terminal, it took 7 boyos to do it. And that was more or less the terms in which they were freelancers, it now seems, actually working for Ukraine, which kind of makes sense. But they can do it. That's the point. And for instance, we've had just this year, we've had this great revelation, the Kula-class submarine, working for Googie, looking at terminals, junctions, possibly the communications, but certainly oil and gas, warned by the Norwegians, assisted a great deal, more than assisted by the long-range capabilities of the Norwegian forces. Oops, but Professor Julian French at the London Defence Conference actually let the cat out of the bag, said there are too many questions unanswered there. What did the mini-subs do? Did they leave a deposit behind? Did they leave dummy explosives or actual explosives? Or were they trying to prove that they could do it? That's one thing there that I've subsequently discovered. It was all supposed to be the MOD, lovely big pictures of HMS Norlands and so on, one of the few working remaining Type 23 frigates. That's facetious, but it was much closer in to the coastal defences and the littoral, that is the coastline, territorial waters of the British Isles than was generally intimated at the time. In other words, what they're saying, it's real. It's like they're dealing with the cluster of 3 ships escorted by the Grigoriev, the frigate, the one that got away, by the way, because one of the frigates that was in the Black Sea Fleet. There's not much left in the Black Sea. There's not much left. We mustn't laugh about this instead, because one was an arms carrier, one of the freighters, was an additional one, and possibly another, and the frigate. And it was very close to home. And this is something that the Brits have got to think about.
I was going to say, on the thinking about it, we had the Prime Minister Keir Starmer turn around and say that he cleared UK forces to deal with Russian Shadow Fleet. And then whenever we get this happening, nothing happens. Now, there's some suggestion that the legal advice, probably from Lord Hermer, would have said, no, there's too many legal difficulties with all of this. But what do you think Putin's making of our inaction?
Well, I think he would find it mildly risible, but he also would be very worried. Because supposing somebody gets absolutely fed up with it, well, supposing on either side somebody reaches for the trigger and you get shooting Putin, if you can put it like that, just think what happened with the Spruance, the Arleigh Burke destroyer in the Gulf, shooting a hole in a freighter put out of an Iranian port, and then abseiling a commando onto it. If we had that stuff in the Channel, or the Skagerrak, the Danish Narrows, or off Norway, we could very quickly be in a Chapter 5 NATO confrontation.
Yeah, so do you think it would be a bad idea if the UK and France implemented a Strait of Hormuz type toll booth across the English Channel?
Yeah, but you see, that's the temptation in view of Trump's rather strange posturing, that you can close these things and turn them into a toll booth, as you rightly say. But it means everything is in play now, as I said, including the Straits of Malacca for China. And it is very, very worrying indeed. What I fear, Philip, is that I think it's going to happen. I think probably by accident rather than design. I would really like to know what the Royal Navy, the commandos, the RAF rules of engagement are. And that's where it's serious. It's all about war, the projection of power, protection, and security. And this is where the UK government, with its obsession with lawfare, anything is better than warfare, is lax. And I think that when we have to do it, and for Lord Robertson, George Robertson, the authors of the SDR, they're absolutely united from what they've seen in the intelligence assessment, deep intelligence, and wide contextual scoping, of which there is too little now. They think it is if rather than when we come to it. Because let's go back, and this is where he's very different from Xi, that Putin is on a war trajectory because it's the only thing that keeps him in power. And this is where we come back to your talks about Ukraine. He can't step back. You'll have a very difficult armistice. And that's where Panmunjom is the right analogy, because he won't want to yield and he will want to go on. And what Zelensky or Budanov and their team will want to know is really what NATO, whether they're in or out, can do for them. What are you prepared to do for us in terms of hard power and protection? So if you're the Poles, the Finns, I guess now because of the activity, the Romanians, but I'm not sure about Germany, certainly the Scandinavians, we've got to be ready for it. We just can't. It's not third-party fire and theft, this one. It's got to be a comprehensive insurance plan. We've barely even got to third-party in the way that the Brit government looks on its defence obligations at the moment.
Well, the Brit government has just done a defence review. There was supposed to be a defence investment plan. They came out with it. It's almost a year that's gone on. Do you think in military planning terms, do you think we've hit what we call a question 4 moment? Has the situation changed? And should they just rip up the old one, produce a blank sheet of paper and redo another one very quickly?
De facto, they should have to do that, and they may well be forced to do it. And they should forget the fancy, because some of them are not so fancy, some of them are very sensible, the conclusions in the defence review, but it's completely undoable. And we know that this government has failed on the promissory note of funding. Because, we gave £5 billion. You look at the £5 billion housing. We didn't expect national insurance. Well, who's responsible for national insurance increase? We didn't expect such a high settlement in public salary. So we've got to pay for Chagos out of it. The Herma Sturma Harmer obsession. The Chagos Iders underway. So we've got to pay that, and that's a few billion. And we've got to pay for the Afghan recovery plan of the people we really have an obligation to, which was initially costed at 2 billion and may well cost 4 billion. It's just crazy what's going on.
By the way, that the single intelligence vote has been put into the defence budget, and a number of other liabilities have been put in as well.
Yes, exactly. Look, follow me, as the truck says on the Heathrow runway. Follow me, and I'm going to give you the big message. This government does not like defence, and it's trying to kid ideology its electorate that it isn't important. The worm is turning because a lot of the electorate now say, we're reading all this stuff, we're beginning to see all this stuff. And by the way, what happens if you have a combination of a nasty attack, possibly a pathogen? It doesn't have to be with humans, could be with animals. And you have a Jaguar Land Rover cyber attack again, which they think is almost inevitable. The electorate won't be so happy with the government's complacency about this.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Litvinenko and you mentioned Skripal, so that's part of CBRNE, so chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and explosive. So we've had the radiological Litvinenko, polonium-210. We've had the chemical Novichok with Sergei Skripal. Explosive is happening in Ukraine at the minute. Nuclear, we hope, will never come from it, but the biological one is the next one where if the Russians are using that as their playbook, they could do it. Do you think Donald Trump is actually seeing the reality of what's going on in British defence and looking at all the talk about supporting what's going on in Ukraine and with Europe, but see the reality of very little being in the pot to support anything with, which is why he's got frustrated. I was going to use a different phrase, but frustrated with our prime minister.
I think so, but I also think that his conception of how you do things, I mean, it was so bad with Epic Fury, and he just couldn't explain himself, and has come off on despite the ranting of Hegseth, that he's come off second best to the Pope on this, on the just war, very measured, Pope Leo, and very popular too in America. And you have to go back, I don't think Trump understands really what NATO is. As I've said before, I'll repeat it. NATO isn't a blunt instrument for a capricious American president. America is important, it leads, it suggests, it funds, and it funds for its own benefit and has done so. But NATO has been a force multiplier for America and America's interests in Europe, which don't go away. It's very muddled, it's very simplistic, because when I was discussing in one of my columns Pope Leo and St. Thomas Aquinas, and we were talking about, it was actually not necessarily that, it was the messianic complex to several in the Trump administration, including some of them, crowning him as Christ the healer. I was recalling moments of great messianic confusion. And a very good colleague of mine wrote an excellent novel about this, and it happened to be called The Name of the Rose. The Name of the Rose was a parable about the terrible time of the Red Brigades, and it goes back to the 13th century of St. Francis and Dante, where they're all going bonkers and saying, we're talking in these messianic terms now, which you do get in and around MAGA. And then, frankly, when the virus was cured, the Franciscans, who were the loonies in this, I mean, loony imagination, the Reich of 1,000 Years was born in England. They go to Mr. Pascal, and Umberto, and my friend Umberto Eco, said the thing that he loved about he was a bad Anglophile too, in a very nice way. He said the Franciscans went really well because they really reinvented empirical science and chemistry through the figure of Roger Bacon, a Franciscan in Oxford. Wait for it, I have to get it. I was looking up the bon mot of Roger Bacon, as one does. And he said the trouble is with the truly ignorant, they do not realize what the extent of their ignorance. They're so ignorant about their own ignorance. And we're slightly going through a new age of strategic ignorance at the moment.
Well, do you think Trump falls into that bracket, and that's why Putin is playing him like a master, and the Iranians are playing him?
Oh, no. The Iranians, sorry, if we're going to get nostalgic about history, of course, they're in the land that invented chess. So, the horrible people, and it is a horrible regime, but they're sitting on an empire whose landmass is roughly that of the Empire of Cyrus the Great. I mean, it's a solid culture. They do know what they're doing, and it's this very tough IRGC, very, very smart.
Oh, thank you, Jeremy.
Ideologically, absolutely irreducible. And they play slow food diplomacy. They know how the Witkoff, Kushner, and Kushner's too smart for this in some ways, but Witkoff.
Oh, thank you.
Wants the property deal over the round of golf, and they know that that's coming. That's why they've been playing him like mad. And
How are you, Amir? It's been so long since I spoke to you.
Who are you?
I'm you.
Hey.
I'm you from the future.
So what's your name?
Amir Samuel Davis.
Yeah? Tell me more about yourself.
It's Amir, remember it's me. I've got it for you. The bleach, I've got it.
Go on.
I've got the bleach for you to help you clean your room. Remember, we planned, and I was going to come to your house and help you clean. Everyone can stop bullying you.
So what's your name?
Amir, you know who it is. I've been on the phone with you plenty of times. We always speak. I've arranged to help you clean your room so much times.
What's your name, though?
Amir, it's me.
Who's me?
Amir, it's me.
Well, your name's Amir.
It's Amir.
Your name is Amir?
Yeah, I'm Amir.
I see.
Amir, remember me.
From what?
Amir, you do remember me.
Carry on talking.
Amir,
Go on.
are we coming to clean your room or not?
What are you talking about?
You said that I was going to come and help you clean your room.
Where are you from?
You know where I'm from.
No, I don't know where you're from. Don't be a cow. My name's Amir Simon Saddiq, and I'm from Medway.
I know. I'm coming to help you clean your room. Like, I'm like 5 minutes away, Amir. This
But
is what
what's
I'm
your
saying.
name, though?
Amir, you know who it is.
Go on.
Amir.
Carry on.
Amir.
Carry on talking.
I know I'm carrying on talking, but I'm not getting a response. Like, are you going to come meet me where you said you're going to meet me so we can go and clean your room or not?
I just want to get more of your voice.
You can have as much of my voice as you want. I've arranged to help you clean your room. That's completely fine. You get me? Hello, Amir.
It's not
me.
fine.
Arranged to
It
clean
makes
your
you
room.
nervous, doesn't it?
This call will be recorded.
You okay, Amir? You remember I was literally meant to clean your room.
I just want you to know that this phone call's being recorded, as long as you know
I
that.
want you to know the same thing, Amir, because I just heard it, so I decided to record it. But we're meant to clean your room. Are we going to clean your room or not?
Just keep on talking. I just want to get more of your voice recorded, so I should shout to the
You can have
police.
as much of my voice recorded as you want, Amir. I arranged to help you clean your room. I haven't done anything. I asked you a question about your court case, and you started making threats.
So why are you calling from a private number then?
I always call on a private number. This is my work number. This is the number I call with.
So what do you do for a living then? What do
I
you do
clean
for?
people's houses that look like yours. You know, we've spoken, discussed this, Amir.
Just keep on going.
Amir.
I just want to get more of your voice recorded.
I can.
You know this is recording on my YouTube, yeah?
Amir, I don't care. I'm meant to help you. We can live stream clean your room together.
I just want to get as much of your voices recorded on YouTube as possible, and I'm going to post it straight away.
Okay, Amir, you can post it. I'm the person who's meant to help you clean your room so you can live a better life.
Yeah, what's your name then?
You know who this is, Amir?
No, I don't know who you are. What's your name?
Do you know who this is? I'm a big fan of your lives. I watch him all the time. I always see it. You're always on there. I see Timmy join. I see Hale join. I see Jamie join. I see that AOD join all the time. I watch it. It's such comedy. But yeah, I want to help you clean your room so they can stop bullying you. Amir, are you still there, Amir? Do you want the help or not, Amir? Amir, you've gone on mute, but I still can't hear you. I don't understand what you're... Amir, if you're having another breakdown, we can rearrange. And we can book a different appointment to clean your room. But if you don't want help clean your room, you have to let me know, Amir. Honestly, you gotta stop with the games. You're wasting my time here, Amir.
Keep on going.
Amir,
Just keep on talking. Say anything. I just want to get much of your voice recorded as possible.
Amir, do you want me to rap for you? Do you want me to do the rap that I was on about for cleaning your room?
Go on, do the rap.
Alright, clean up. We've got to clean Amir's room. We've got to grab the Hoover and broom. We've got to clean it up. Clean it up. Just clean up. You clean up. We're the clean up crew.
Yeah, don't
We're
give up
gonna
your day
clean
job,
up
mate.
your room,
Fucking hell, that's
especially
terrible.
just for you.
That is fucking appalling, mate.
Amir, don't swear at me. That is vulgar language. I will not have that. That is illegal. You cannot swear at me. No, that is abuse. That's not freedom of speech. You cannot throw abuse at me. Amir, you cannot do that. I have this call recorded. You will speak to us with respect, Amir. How dare you? Amir.
Right, mate, I think that's enough of your voice. It's going to upload it on
Amir,
YouTube now.
Amir, I'm like, come
Hello, people. Sorry about that. I just had to answer the phone call, and it's all on my YouTube now. I've got all of his voice. Absolute fucking fool. Sorry, guys, whoever's on my YouTube. I have to restart it now. I just wanted to collect that evidence.